Chairman and members of the committee, my name is Kyle Rottenhouse, and I'm here today representing myself and the members and supporters of Texas gun rights to speak in support of SB 1362, a bill that defends the rights of law-abiding Texans from dangerous and unconstitutional red flag gun confiscation laws. I know firsthand the importance of self-defense and the weight that comes with exercising that right. But I also know how quickly false accusations and misinformation can be weaponized to destroy a person's life. That's exactly what red flag laws do. They allow firearms to be seized without a crime being committed, without a conviction, and without giving the accused a chance to defend themselves in court. These laws violate due process and strip people of their rights based on accusations that may be false, exaggerated, or rooted in personal or political disputes. Imagine losing your ability to protect your family, your home, and your life, all because someone made an accusation without evidence. That's not justice, that's government overreach. SB 1362 is about protecting the rights of Texans and ensuring that no one is punished without due process of the law. I urge you to support SB 1362 and stand with Texans who value freedom, justice, and the fundamental right of self-defense. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Mr. McNutt?
Yes, Chairman and members of the committee, my name is Chris McNutt, and I am the president of Texas Gun Rights. And to be good stewards of y'all's time, I know you're on a short schedule, and to not repeat everything else that's been said here today, I just want to thank Senator Hughes for filing this critical bill. It is the #1 legislative priority for the members and supporters of Texas gun rights. And I strongly urge all of the members of the committee to sign on to the bill with the senator and also vote for passage. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ms. Golden?
Good afternoon, Chairman Hughes, Vice Chair Paxton. I see she's not here, and committee members. My name is Nicole Golden. I'm the Executive Director of Texas Gun Sense. We respectfully oppose SB 1362 and wish to demonstrate that ERPOs are effective, safe, and legal. ERPOs do balance robust due process procedural safeguards with timely intervention to prevent harm. By authorizing the temporary removal of firearms and prohibiting an individual from purchasing or possessing firearms while the order is in effect, ERPOs provide a critical opportunity to prevent mass shootings, homicides, and suicides. This bill itself defines ERPOs as having the primary purpose of reducing death or injury related to firearms. With more than 4,000 Texas gun deaths a year, this is something we should be doing more of, not less. There's evidence that ERPOs have averted tragedies. In Florida, which has issued the largest number of risk protection orders since passing the measure after the Parkland shooting, there was a case involving a 30-year-old highly intoxicated subject in crisis who armed himself with an AR-15 and chased a group of students. The subject was served an ERPO and a year later had turned his life around, the ERPO expired, and he had no further contact with law enforcement. ERPOs from other states are specifically drafted with preservation of due process and have not been found unconstitutional on those grounds. Michigan, for example, establishes criminal penalties for petitioners who knowingly and intentionally make a false statement to the court, and no one's been charged with this offense. And as far as I'm aware, the courts have not found that ERPOs violate the right to bear arms or the right to free speech. Furthermore, the Supreme Court said last summer that it does not violate the Second Amendment to deprive someone of firearms if they pose a credible threat. We're concerned that this bill would prohibit enforcing out-of-state ERPOs. Imagine if a state prohibited the enforcement of out-of-state domestic violence protective orders. This regards the full faith and credit clause, which requires states to respect the laws and judgment of other states, and results could be devastating for people. In conclusion, I really want you to know that support for ERPOs in Texas is high. 88% of Texans, including 81% of Republicans, support it.
Compulsive disorder and clinical depression. I have attempted to take my own life on multiple occasions. I have experienced so much pain and so much struggle in the past 5 years that I could not possibly convey it to you in 2 minutes. I am alive today because I did not have access to a firearm. I firmly believe that if I had been able to use a gun, I would not be sitting here before you today. The annual U.S. firearm suicide rate increased approximately 11% from 2019 to 2022. the highest documented level since at least 1968. Suicide by firearm is almost always deadly, 9 out of 10 firearm suicide attempts resulting in death. There is no other lethal means that is comparable, meaning that if access to firearms is limited in a moment of crisis, the chances of the individual dying by suicide are much lower. Research conducted by the Johns Hopkins School of Public Health indicates that extreme risk protection orders have been utilized to prevent suicide threats and other violent incidents, including mass shootings. 88% of Texans support ERPOs, including 81% of Republicans. ERPOs are structured with several safeguards to prevent misuse. ERPOs require a judge's approval before they can be issued, and the individual subject to the order has the right to challenge the order in court and present their case. Petitioners must provide clear and convincing evidence to show that the individual in question is a danger to themselves or others. Temporarily limiting access to firearms for individuals that likely need mental health support, not access to a weapon, should not be controversial, especially in a state like Texas that allows 18-year-olds to purchase certain firearms. I am simply asking to honor the basic life-saving measure that other states have for the most preventable type of death, even if Texas itself doesn't implement these policies. If a gun-owning adult went through what I did and had access to a firearm...
Thank you, sir. We do have your written testimony, and it's excellent, and there will be time for questions.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Mr. Grisham.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Chairman Hughes, members of the committee. Thank you for holding